Good morning, everyone. This is a regular meeting of the Liquor Control Commission. It is Wednesday, October 9, 2024, and the time is 9:03. I am Stan Ruidas, the chair for this commission, and I call this meeting to order. I'm going to do a roll call pursuant to the Sunshine Law. Commissioners joining the meeting remotely, please indicate who, if anyone, is present with you at your location. Vice Chair Patel.
Present.
Commissioner Ho.
Present.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Present.
Commissioner Richardson, are you there? Okay, he's not there. Commissioner Woodford.
Here.
Okay, thank you. And Deputy Corporation Counsel, Ms. Selena
Now.
Purnell. And Director Lane Silva of the Department of Liquor Control.
Present.
Deputy Director Jared Kaho'ohanohano of the Department of Liquor Control.
Present.
Thank you. Moving on with the first item on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion for approval of today's agenda.
Make a motion, Chair, to approve today's agenda, October 9th, 2024.
Okay, a motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Woodford. Any discussion? I will call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes. Moving on to public testimony. Oral testimony. Each testifier will be limited to 2 minutes on each agenda item, with 1 minute to conclude. Individuals may sign up to testify via video by sending a direct message to a commission staff in the chat function, signifying your intention to testify and noting the agenda item number. Testimony shall not be submitted within the chat function. The chat function may not be used to contact the commission or other meeting participants to comment on agenda items or other matters. Individuals may be disconnected from the meeting for breaking decorum. Testifiers are asked to mute their audio and video when not testifying in person. Testifiers will be called first, followed by video and phone testifiers. Hey, Maria, is there anyone sign up for to testify?
No, no one signed up.
Is there anyone else wishing to testify this time? Okay, at this time, we'll close public testimony. Public testimony will reopen again as each agenda item is being discussed. Moving on to the approval of the minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 11, 2024.
Move to approve the minutes for September 11th, 2024, Chair.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Matsumoto. Any discussion? Okay, I'm gonna do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes. Moving on to general licensing matters.
Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Maria. I'm having problems with the gallery camera.
Okay.
Can we take a pause so I can fix that?
Okay, let's take a 5-minute recess. Okay, back in session. It is 9:15, and I'm going to do a roll call. Vice Chair Patel.
Present.
Commissioner Ho.
Present.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Present.
Commissioner Woodford.
Present.
The chair is here. Moving on to general licensing matters. Hold on a second. May I have a motion for confirmation for general licensing matters, items A through I, number 2?
Make a motion, Chair, to confirm general licensing matters A through, is it F6?
I,
Wow.
number 2.
I2.
I second.
Okay, motion was made by Vice Chair Patel and seconded by Commissioner Ho. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, the vote is unanimous. Motion passes. Okay. Moving on to other licensing matters. Item A, Mr. David M. Jorgensen is requesting clarification on dual categories on liquor licenses, specifically Liquor Administrative Rules subsection 08-101-22, Class 5 dispenser license categories CII and D. Good morning, Mr. Jorgensen.
Good morning, Chair and members of the, excuse me, Commission and staff. My name's Dave Jorgensen. I'm the attorney for applicant, pending applicant Saigon Palace Inc., DBA Saigon Palace. With me this morning is Tiffany Wen, who is the principal of Saigon Palace Inc. And president of the company. And I very much appreciate you being able to have this on the agenda today.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Will the department please provide details of this request? Director Silva?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Commission members, the department received the letter before you, a request from Attorney David Jorgensen on behalf of Saigon Palace Inc., doing business as Saigon Palace, who is in the process of applying for a Class 5 Category D/CII. The application was accepted and filed by the licensing division and will meet the requirements of the less than 90 days to be eligible for a temp license going forward. The question was in regards to the dual categories, Category D as well as CII, being contained on a single license. After reviewing the rules and consulting with Corporation Counsel, 08-101-22F and HRS 281-31F, neither rule or law require a holder of a Class 5 dispenser license to be limited to a single category or preclude multiple categories within the same class. The RFLS was submitted to Corporation Counsel on September 18, 2024. The response came through Caleb Rowe, who is Corporation Counsel for the department. Therefore, the department does not see any reason to not approve the request as submitted.
Okay, thank you, Director. Does the applicant have anything to add?
Just to, number one, thank the department for its interpretation and for its responsiveness on this. Just for a little bit of more background, at least two other hostess bars that have the D category license also have the CII/. So historically, it appears, and I've been doing, that's the first liquor client I had 30 some years ago from Larry Ng was that category of license. I never really noticed that it was a dual category license, but apparently they all are. And in fact, I have one client that wants to drop the D part of it. And actually you had one that used to be Mimi's that did have to go through the whole new application process a few months ago to become a non-hostess bar license. I'm hoping that eventually we get to the point where somebody could voluntarily drop part of their license. But in this case, the net effect of the opposite decision on this would be that, well, you can have a hostess bar, but you can't have any music. Or you can have a CII license and have music, but no hostesses. And so it would kind of defeat what I would consider the intent of the rule. The rule does not say, like it's an add-on, but as the director said, there's no rule prohibiting it. So we would ask for the commission's agreement and consideration of that so that we can proceed And I also want to thank the staff for accommodating and getting the application in and accepted and an inspection done. And we're hoping that we'll be able to get that temporary license issued. Once this decision is made, then hopefully we can move ahead and get the temporary license issued right away. So anyway, we're available for any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jorgensen. The floor is now open for public testimony for this agenda item. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony? Hearing no one out there is wishing to testify with no objections, I will close public testimony on this agenda items. Any questions from the commissioners?
I have a question about part of this, and Lane can tell us, how many category Ds are there? Because there seems to be a limit in the rules.
There is a limit. I believe the limit is 12. I don't have an exact count. I believe right now, it's 9 or 8.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. And I know, historically, this type of license, you were never able to apply for this type of license before. They were held on to very tightly. But as it seems, changing times, changing demographic, there are several that are available.
Yeah, good. Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
And if I can just elaborate a little bit, there are a couple that are active, but not utilizing the license. Like I said, my client Club Agassi is a restaurant and is desperately wants to have families be able to come in, but you definitely cannot if you have a D license.
Right.
Pony Bar right next to Club Agassi hasn't had hostesses working there as long as I can remember, but they're still D license, which is,
So
it's not a violation. You don't have
are
to.
you working to remove those? Is there a plan
Yes.
for that?
Well, not to remove the category because there are some, but for
Drop it from
those,
those licenses.
Club Agassi is, like I said, desperately wanting to drop that, but right now she can't afford to apply to go through the whole process.
Understood.
And I've been talking to the department and will continue to talk to them, seeking to say, hey, just let us voluntarily say, we'll give it up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
And maybe just in response to that, the rule, there is a lot of gray area. It's very, in order to interpret the whether, because it does specifically state a change in class. And there is some reference to change in category as well. So that's kind of the hang up on the process of being able to drop a category without having to go through the entire application process, whether it is or is not allowed. We're still reviewing that portion of it.
And I may send a letter to the department asking for it to come before the commission to see if the commission can do anything on that. But again, I appreciate the department's responsiveness when we've had the discussions, and that is something that my client would like to do on a different matter than this altogether. But thank you for your question.
And if I can clarify, prior to making the motion, just to clarify that the request that's being submitted is essentially not specific to this applicant that is coming before you to make this request. This request is more so in regards to any future license application that would fall under the same situation. In whatever ruling you guys make today, will set the precedent on how it goes forward.
Chair, I apologize. I was just corrected. I'm a little not confused, but the other one I was talking about was Club Agassi, DBA Club Agassi. A woman took that over, but the name of the restaurant is Wild Good now, kind of in her effort to get away from the other use. But Wild Good is the trade name, and I believe, I don't have that file in front of me, but I think the licensee is Club Agassi, but the DBA is definitely Wild Good. So anyway, want to thank you.
Any other questions from the commissioners?
I have a couple questions, Chair.
Go ahead.
I guess for me, one of the things that you had written in, I guess your letter here, was that I've been advised that we have to pick one category or the other.
Yeah,
It's been brought up before the department doesn't advise. And time again, we come up with this reported issue in written testimony, as well as when individuals come before us that the department is advising this or advising that. So I just want clarification, I guess, from the directing, because there shouldn't be any confusion. It should, if there is, hey, you got to pick, like what advice are we giving? Why are we giving it? And then why are we here?
Well, I guess in response to that, my question would be is in what context the advice was given? Was it a situation where it was a recommendation that was made to you or the applicant, or was it something that was stated in a way that the rule does not allow?
yeah,
For-
yeah. I mean, and advice, I was advised is my word. I mean, it wasn't, what can I do? Well, our advice is, it was more, here's my application.
Okay.
And I was told, well, you can't be both. That it used to be done that way. And I spoke with a couple, I spoke briefly with the director, I spoke with the supervisor, and it was that, it was unclear how that came up where it was dual, but that's not the way we're accepting it. You have to pick one or the other. So it wasn't legal advice. I didn't ask for advice. I submitted the application.
And you were advised.
In order to get, stepping back a bit, in order to get a temporary license, we have to apply for a new license within 90 days with the same class and category. So I had to apply CII/D because that's what the license says. That was the first time I realized that it was a dual license. I had no idea that any of those category licenses were dual like that. Until the Wow Good situation came up. But with this one, we had to apply for that. And I was told, you have to be a CII or a D. And when I read through the D category in the rules, it doesn't say anything about having music. And I've never been in a bar in my life that doesn't have some form of music. I mean, it's counterintuitive. So, but it wasn't that I was asking, okay, how can I proceed? Oh, well, our advice is. So I didn't mean to give that impression. It was more, the department doesn't, you're not allowed to have dual category, which is what led to this.
Got it. Okay, well, no, thank you for that clarification, just because I want to make sure, because I guess it is allowed. It just has to be approved by the commission, or at some point, this license had that approval to have the dual category. And looks like, as you've stated, there's two other instances where you've seen that. So I guess for me, it's like individuals working with the department do know that it's available to have a dual license, and there is a function to obtaining that. Therefore, a licensee, perhaps for me, my perspective, shouldn't be told, well, you have to pick one, especially since, as Mr. Jurgensen pointed out, in order for him to even apply for the temporary license, he had to apply for the dual because it has to be the same class and kind. See, this is where, like, and I'm not somebody that works in the department day to day, but I'm looking at it from a 10,000 foot elevation and saying, look, this has clearly been set before precedent. This is clearly doable. There's a function and way to accomplish that. So why would somebody say you have to pick one?
That is correct. However, I think the function of why we're here today is to specifically, because can't find it anywhere. Today, the function we're here for today is to specifically put it on record get the direction of the commission, which will then give us something to stand on in the future to say whether you can or you cannot. We'll have something concrete to stand on. It'll be in the minutes, it'll be on record. And going forward, there will be no confusion as far as how they get that, when did that happen, how did this start, and
Yeah.
so I believe the function of today is to eliminate any future or further confusion in regards to that.
So I guess if hypothetically, if I were to make a motion and say, going forward, I make a motion to allow for dual category licenses to be submitted. Is that a general motion, or does there need to be a certain HRS that's referred to in the motion? Where is it that we need to make sure there's enough clarification so going forward there's no gray area or?
You see, now that I might defer to Corporation Counsel. However, what I can add to that is the Class 5 dispenser license is the only class of license that offers or allows for a Category D. That is basically, in effect, the only situation that you would face that would cause for a dual category. Other than that, what you're talking about is pre-recorded music over a sound system within the licensed premises, or a category that allows for live music, entertainment, and dancing. So the only type of license or class of license where you're gonna see this situation is in the Class 5 dispenser license class.
So to allow Class 5 dispenser license Cs to have a dual license.
Yes, I think that would be appropriate. Again, I defer to Corporation Counsel.
Yeah, and I just, because this is a slightly, again, I'm just covering for my colleague, Ms. Trenholm today, I would, any interpretation of the HR statute that, or any law that the department takes, perhaps by motion, well, I'm just not sure. So if we could perhaps defer this question or this matter to the next hearing, I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that we should make or vote on that motion today anyway, that's what I mean.
Now, in conjunction with that, I do have the response from Caleb, because there was a RFLS that was submitted to Corporation Counsel, and in his review, and according to what he's saying, is neither Rule 08-101-22F nor HRS 281-31F require a holder of a Class 5, which is specific to the Class 5 dispenser license class, to be limited to a single category or preclude multiple categories within the same class. So I think based on his interpretation and his response to the department being specific within the Class 5 type license, I think you'd be okay allowing it specifically within the class that was addressed. But then again, like I said, there is no other circumstance that it would apply.
So what was that based on HRS?
Well, the rule is classes of licenses 08-101-22F. That's the commission rule. Hawaii Revised Statute 281-31F is the state law regarding that.
So it's within the rules of the, based on what Caleb has said, it's within the rules of the Liquor Commission. That Class 5 license isn't restricted in that.
Yes, there's nothing precluding or prohibiting.
Okay.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve or disapprove Mr. Jorgensen's requesting clarification on dual categories on liquor licenses.
Chair, I make a motion to approve that clarification by Mr. Jurgensen and to state for the record that Class 5 licenses going forward, based on the rules that the director has researched and advice from Corporation Counsel, that license, Class 5 license not be limited to just one category.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Woodford. Any discussion?
I think in the future, the commission might want to look at some of these paragraphs again, because it might say this already. We might just be repeating something that's already in writing. So we should look at these and decide whether a person, an entertainer, is somebody that's playing music. Because it says it can have an entertainer be part of the hostess bar and sit with the patrons, but that means that the entertainer's in the room, that means there's music in the room. So it's already being kind of covered in here. I think we need to look at that in the future, but that doesn't affect this.
Yeah, I think entertainers that wasn't the clip, it was amplified music and the fact that there would be a DJ.
Well, I mean, it might be a juggler,
Yeah.
for sure, but it's usually going to be some kind of music.
Well, so,
Well, it comes
and that's the ambiguity. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right.
Ambiguity,
That's
That's the problem I think we need to
Yes.
talk about as a commission later.
what
Yes.
defines entertainer
Yes.
in,
Yeah.
because in a class 5 category D, it's a wide interpretation of entertainer.
Yeah, so yes, we'll second the motion. I think we should move on with that, but in the future, we should look at.
Okay, yeah, and we are going through revamping our existing regulations. So,
Good,
you know, it's in the process.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me get back. A motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Woodford. Right now, I'm going to call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote again. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes.
Thank you
for
very
coming
much
in.
for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, moving on to item 8. Applications for liquor license. Preliminary hearings. Number 1, application number R-01. Star Noodle LLC, DBA Star Noodle, applying for a relocation of their existing restaurant general category BII liquor license. Good morning.
Morning. My name is Nikki Voskoff-Dahlberg. I represent Star Noodle.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Leslie, please provide us details. Thank you.
Application number R-01 is for a Restaurant General BII license. The applicant, Star Noodle LLC, a registered Hawaii limited liability company doing business as Star Noodle, is applying for a Restaurant General license category BII. This application is for a relocation for Star Noodle LLC, doing business as Star Noodle, license number 246, Restaurant General category BII liquor license, located at 286 Kupuohi Street, Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii. At its September 11, 2024 meeting, the Liquor Control Commission approved the licensee's request to allow the licensee to apply for a relocation of its license. The managers and members of the Manager Managed LLC, their personal history statements, and their past history are all listed in the investigator's report. Cannery Commercial LLC and Elman LLC entered into a certain Cannery Commercial Properties lease dated January 1st, 2013. The lease was amended pursuant to the terms of that certain amendment of lease dated July 25th, 2011. The lease and amendment to lease shall be referred to as the lease. Pursuant to the assignment of lease dated March 21st, 2023, Elman LLC assigned all of its right, title, and interests in the lease to Kozara LLC. Kozara LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, the assigner. Aloha Mixed Plate LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, assignee. and Cannery Commercial LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, the lessor, entered into an assignment of lease executed on May 2nd, 2024. Aloha Mixed Plate LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, a signer. Star Noodle LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, the assignee, and Cannery Commercial LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, the lessor, entered into an assignment of lease dated September 12th, 2024. The proposed premises containing approximately 3,650 square feet of indoor and outdoor floor space is located at 1287 Front Street, Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii. There are no schools or churches located within a radius of 500 feet. There are 3 retail general licenses located within a radius of 500 feet. Aloha Mixed Plate, Old Lahaina Luau, Hunu Oceanside, and Mala Ocean Tavern are licenses of the same class and kind located within a radius of 500 feet. There are 90 licenses of this class and kind currently issued within Maui County. The applicant initially plans to be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. An inspection of the proposed premises was conducted on September 13th, 2024. The department has scheduled the issuance of a temporary license to the applicant, and the temporary license was effective September 19th, 2024. The applicant appears to meet statutory requirements to hold a license. All documents necessary for the issuance of a liquor license have not been submitted and are listed in the investigator's report.
Thank you, Leslie. Will the applicant please raise your right hand? I'm going to swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And do you have anything to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
lot.
So the floor is now open for public testimony on application number R01, Star Noodle LLC, DBA Star Noodle. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony? Hearing and seeing none, I will now close the public testimony on this application. Any questions from the commissioners?
Is this the Frida's location?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I just was curious if that's the address. Thank you.
Yeah, just one follow-up question. Thank you, Nikki, for coming before us in a long travel time. Lahaina. I make it myself. How has it been since getting the temporary liquor license in terms of business, in terms of employee
It's been a
retention?
game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And we're doing I don't know if this makes any sense to anyone, but we're doing about $3,000 a day shift more in sales than we were. So we're meeting our targets. Our staff are finally making some money. We've had a couple of employees actually commit to housing in the area so that now that they're committed to the job, they're committed to moving back and spending the extra money because rents are a little bit higher. So it's been great. It really has been. And we're grateful and thank you very much for all your work and help in getting us there because it took a lot and you guys have been great in helping us get there. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's really, really great to hear. And that's, the intention was for that. We're keeping the local people here. And the fact that they've gotten housing on that side, that's a win. And I know a lot more of that is happening. So good to hear that. Thank you once again for coming before us and no further questions, Chair.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the commissioner? Okay, at this time, I entertain a motion to accept or deny application number R-01 Star Noodle LLC, applying for relocation of their existing restaurant general category BII liquor license.
Move to accept application number R01, Chair, that they continue to fulfill the liquor license application requirements and continue the process.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Woodford. Any discussion? I will call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great day.
Commissioner Woodford, could you speak into the mics for the remote people?
Sure. Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, moving on to Number 2, application number 04, THK Maui Company Incorporated, DBA Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya. Applying for a restaurant general category BII liquor license. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, members of the Commission, Mr. Silva, Robert Uyoka on behalf of Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya. The President, Tina Wang, is unable to be here today. She's traveling. It's asked to proceed just based on me being here. I am an authorized agent for the liquor license.
Okay, will you be able to raise your right hand?
Absolutely.
Okay. At this time, I'm gonna swear you in if I find the paper.
Yeah.
Yes?
Attorneys,
Yeah, I think that's correct.
That's correct? Okay.
They swore in when they got the job.
Erase.
I have my license in the state, so
Okay.
I won't lie.
Okay. Leslie, please take it away.
Application number 4 is for a Restaurant General BII license. The applicant, THK Maui Company, Inc., a registered Hawaii corporation doing business as Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya, is applying for a Restaurant General license category BII. The officer, director, and stockholder of the corporation and her personal history statement are listed in the investigator's report. The applicant has submitted a copy of a Maui Mall retail lease agreement between LIPT East Ka'ahumanu Avenue LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, the landlord, and THK Maui Company, Inc., a Hawaii corporation, the tenant, effective March 19th, 2024. The proposed premises containing approximately 1,535 square feet of indoor floor space is located within the Maui Mall Village at 70 East Ka'ahumanu Avenue, suite number C6, Kahului, Maui, Hawaii. There are no schools or churches located within a radius of 500 feet. Kahului Ale House is a license of the same class of kind located within a radius of 500 feet. There are 2 retail licenses and 1 restaurant beer and wine license located within a radius of 500 feet. There are 90 licenses of this class and kind currently issued within Maui County. The applicant initially plans to be open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Separate male and female toilet facilities are located outside the proposed premises, approximately 160 feet from the main entrance. A site plan showing the direction and distance to the common area restrooms is attached to the report. The landlord indicates that access to the common area toilet facilities will remain open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., which includes the applicant's business hours. The restrooms may be subject to closure for repairs, maintenance, cleaning, or as otherwise determined by the landlord. The department recommends to the commission that a condition be placed on the license for THK Maui Company, Inc., doing business as Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya, restricting the hours for the sale, service, and consumption of liquor from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily due to the limited access to the required toilet facilities. During the application review, the applicant was made aware of the condition the department will be recommending due to the limited hours for the required toilet facilities. The applicant has elected to move forward with the application as is and acknowledged that the department will be recommending the condition. The applicant reported that should they be later granted additional access to the toilet facilities by the landlord, they will apply for amendment or removal of the condition pursuant to the rules of the Liquor Commission. Section 08-101-94A and B, which pertains to the sanitation rule, is listed in the investigator's report. The department inspected the proposed premises on September 13th, 2024. The applicant appears to meet statutory requirements to hold a license. All documents necessary for the issuance of a liquor license have not been submitted and are listed in the investigator's report.
Thank you, Leslie. Mr. Oiko, do you have anything to add?
Just a little comments. No change to investigator's report. This is the location of the former Maui mixed plate. I think right now we have Genki Sushi and Siu's Chinese Kitchen on the left and right. We plan to open, it's currently under construction, plan to open hopefully December of this year, more likely early 2025. This Tanaka Ramen it's a kind of a chain. We have 10 existing restaurants, 4 in Oahu. We also have restaurants in Illinois, Georgia, and Texas. So yeah, she's really, this President Tina Wang is really ambitious and really professional. She's been very successful in all her ramen restaurants. So we're pork broth ramen, handmade gyoza. So we're looking forward to opening soon. As to the restroom, we're fine with the condition. We just wanted to mention that when we did the letter, it wasn't meant to be restrictive. It was just, we just wanted to cover our business hours. So, I mean, we're basically, when we said the hours were from 10 to 11, we meant that's our hours, but we understand the restrooms are going to be beyond that. But just for the sake of brevity today, we're fine with the condition. Those are our expected hours from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., sorry, to 10 p.m. So, so no objection to the recommendation by the department on the condition.
Okay, thank you. The floor is now open for public testimony for application number 04 THK Maui Company Incorporated, DBA Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony? Okay, hearing and seeing none, public testimony is now closed on this agenda item. Any questions from the commissioners?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The restaurants around the country and in Oahu, are those franchised restaurants? Or are they all solely owned by this person?
They're owned by this person, but she does have franchise available based on her website.
She does have franchises
I
available.
think so. It says franchisees.
Okay, but she hasn't franchised any yet.
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, so this one in Maui Mall would be the same thing, owner operator.
100% owner operated. Yes.
Thank you.
Also wanted to mention one thing. I mentioned it kind of before, but this particular application, we submitted it on August 21st of this year, and we got a preliminary hearing today. So we're very thankful. Quick turnaround. This application did not have many issues because it's only one person, one president. So I just want to thank the department for getting us on the agenda so quick.
Thank you. Any other questions from the commissioners?
Thank you, Mr. Uika, for coming here before us and representing your client. So in this condition that the department is recommending, you're saying that that doesn't affect you at all?
My client is fine with it, so we're fine with it.
Because it looks like it's just stating that you restrict your service from 11 to 10 and your operating hours are 11 to 9.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, when I typically do a letter for the landlord to sign, we say what the hours are, but we don't necessarily say we only want those hours. We typically like it from the standard hours, 8 to 2 a.m., just have that flexibility. But because the letter was drafted that way and because the department interpreted that way and to just get it on the agenda, we're fine with it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So we'll accept it as, no further questions.
Okay. All right. At this time, I entertain a motion to accept or deny application number 04, Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya.
Make a motion, Chair, to accept application number 04, applicant TK Maui Incorporated, DBA Tanaka Ramen and Izakaya. And with the condition that was requested by the department.
Okay.
I second.
A motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Ho. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to the next agenda item is public hearings, application number 01, Hana Brewing Company, LLC, DBA Hana Brewing Company, applying for a manufacturer A beer liquor license. Good morning. Please state your name and your position.
Curtis Ryan Beckham, owner. Joseph Brower, co-owner.
Thank you. And Deputy Director Jericho Hanahano, please provide details on this application.
In application number 01, Hana Brewing Company LLC, doing business as Hana Brewing Company. Location of business 60 Kala Road, Hana, Maui, Hawaii, for class of license manufacturer A beer license. There is one owner within 100 I'm sorry, 100-foot radius and 7 owners and leases within the 500 radius. There were no protests filed with the department, and the items, clearances and whatnot that needs to be taken care of is listed on the report.
Thank you, Deputy Director. Okay, as a reminder, hearings on liquor license applications held by the commission are contested case hearings. Therefore, the applicants and any public testifier in protest or support of an application will be sworn in. So at this time, I'm going to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. All right. At this time, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Okay. Thank you. The floor is now open for public testimony for application number 01, Hana Brewing Company. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony? Hearing no one out there is wishing to testify with no objections, I will close the public testimony on this application. Any questions from the commissioners? Oh, someone? Was there someone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see here. Okay, please, public testimony is reopened. Please unmute your audio. Are you wishing to testify?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can barely hear you. Can you turn up your volume or?
I've been struggling with, I'm out in Hana. Is that better?
Okay, yes, we can hear you now. So, at this time, I'm gonna swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please state your name for the record, and just a reminder, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, 1 minute to conclude.
My name's Jacob Williams. And I'm just chiming in to speak my support. I live at 65 Collar Road, so very close to the proposed site. I'm here to speak on the behalf of Miho and Joe, 2 people who serve our community. I've known them over a decade. They're responsible to being in the trenches to serve the MISC. Joe has spent countless hours on the little fire ant eradication, and because of his direct consistency, we've been able to get a hold of that problem here in Hana. And through that, he's tirelessly worked, and he's actually disabled from his continuous hard work in the field, and he is looking for opportunities to stay in Hana. And this is a great opportunity for him to be able to do so and be able to keep him and Miho in our community. They are directly responsible for the Buddhist temple rehab program out here, which is beautiful and amazing. All the fundraisers, all the construction works, they're hands-on with all of that. And I'm just here to speak my support so that they could have opportunities to have work here in Hana, so they could stay here and make a living and continue to serve their community. So yeah, I just wanted to share that on their behalf.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Is there anyone else wishing to testify on this agenda item? Okay, hearing and seeing none, public testimony is now closed on this agenda item. Any questions from the commissioners?
I have a question for Mr. Williams.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. First of all, Mr. Williams, I'd like to commend you for your efforts to come before the commission and give testimony, especially all the way from Hana. And Yeah, I really appreciate that. I don't think we've had a testifier from HANA for a very long time. So thank you for taking the time and making it making it happen. The question I have is how long have you lived there and how close in proximity are you to where the licensee will be operating?
I've been in HANA for 10 years. I live directly across the street from the proposed spot. So my driveway literally goes straight into the driveway where the proposed brewery will be taking place.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And then to your knowledge, and I know you kind of talked about some of the background of the licensees, but to your knowledge, do you find that others are supportive, or have you heard of anybody that is totally against it, or when you adding such a element to the community there, just want to be conscious of that?
Everyone I've speak to is extremely excited about it. This is something they've been working on for a long time. We've been in support of it. We need more opportunities for jobs in HANA to keep the youth around and people around and participating in our community. And this, I believe, is a great example of that.
Thank you. No further questions. And once again, thank you for
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
No, thank you.
Any questions from the commissioners for the applicant? Okay, at this time, I entertain a motion to approve or disapprove application number 01, Hana Brewing Company, LLC, DBA, Hana Brewing Company, applying for a manufacturer A beer liquor license.
Make a motion, Chair, to approve application number 01, Hana Brewing Company, LLC, DBA, Hana Brewing Company.
I'll
Applying
second.
for the beer liquor license.
Oh, for the beer liquor license, yeah.
Okay. Second.
Second.
Okay,
Manufacturer A, sorry.
a motion
that
was
part.
made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Matsumoto. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. I'm going to do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel,
Aye.
Commissioner Ho,
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes. Congratulations. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, moving on to application number 03, Malaya Sports Fishing Incorporated, DBA Pride of Maui, Ilua. Applying for a tour or cruise vessel general category B liquor license. Okay, hold on a second. Would applicant please state your name and your position?
Sure. Scott Turner. I serve as the president, the vice president, secretary, treasurer, and director.
Thank you for coming
Thank
in
you.
today. At this time, I'm going to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Okay, Leslie, please provide the status of this application.
Application number 3 is for a tour or cruise vessel General B license. The applicant, Ma'alaya Sport Fishing, Inc., a registered Hawaii corporation doing business as Pride of Maui Ilua, is applying for a tour or cruise vessel general license category B. The officer, director, and stockholder of the corporation, his personal history statement, and his past history are all listed in the investigator's report. The applicant has submitted a U.S. Coast Guard Certificate of Documentation number 1336132, issued on March 20th of 2024. The applicant has submitted a vessel lease by and between Maritime Investments Hawaii, LLC, a Hawaii limited liability company, the lessor, and Ma'alaya Sport Fishing, Inc., a Hawaii corporation, the lessee, dated April 1st, 2024. The proposed premises is a 60-foot custom-powered catamaran authorized to carry 149 passengers, 6 other persons in crew, 2 persons in addition to crew, and no others. The total number of persons allowed is 157. The vessel is located at the Ma'alaya Small Boat Harbor, slip number 80, Ma'alaya, Maui, Hawaii. The men's and women's toilets are located on the lower deck. All beverages will be served from the bar located on the lower deck. There are 33 licenses of this class and kind currently issued within Maui County. Applicant initially plans to be open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. An inspection of the proposed premises was conducted on August 30th, 2024. The applicant appears to meet statutory requirements to hold a license. All documents necessary for the issuance of a liquor license have not been submitted and are listed in the investigator's report.
Thank you, Leslie. Does the applicant have anything to add?
There were a couple of errors in some of those numbers. Yeah, it's actually slip 68, not 80. And the vessel is certified for 49 passengers, not 149. Sorry. I just thought I should verify that.
Okay, thank you. So at this time, the floor is now open for 12 testimony for application number 03, Malaya Sports Fishing Incorporated, DBA Pride of Maui, Kilua. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony?
May I add that possibly the confusion is I have another boat named Pride of Maui.
Oh,
And this boat's name is Pride of Maui, Ilua.
Ilua.
And all the things that you just said about Pride of Maui are accurate. I think that might be the confusion, possibly.
Okay, Ilua.
Thank you. I'm a two.
Okay. Looks like there's no one out there wishing to testify. So with no objections, I will close public testimony in this application. Any questions from the commissioners?
I've got a question. You had a boat called Leilani for a while,
Yes, correct.
and it had its own license. Why was that license canceled? Did the boat get destroyed and
I sold that boat.
sold the boat?
It's in Honolulu now. Yeah,
In Honolulu now. Okay.
correct.
Just curious, that you had another one and it's gone now.
Yep, she's gone.
Okay.
She's been around a while.
Do you personally have a Coast Guard captain's license,
I do, yes.
100 ton?
Yes.
Do you, how many employees do you have? How many captains and skippers and things?
I have 42 employees altogether. I have 6 captains plus myself. Yeah.
Great.
And another employee who's this close to receiving her skipper's license.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Well,
Thank you.
Pride of Maui is a good company. I've seen them out there all the time.
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You, right on.
Mahalo.
No other questions?
Thank you. Any other questions from the commissioners?
What's the biggest Alua you caught?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, what's the biggest Alua you caught?
Maybe 60 pounds.
Probably not on that boat though.
3 pounds.
Not on the Alua. Good for you.
So this catamaran is a sport fishing also?
Yeah.
A boat. So where do you fish around here?
I personally don't run the boat, but my guys in the route between the harbor and Molokini Crater.
Oh,
So in and out along the way.
pretty smooth waters.
Pretty smooth waters, yeah.
I catch expedition every time.
Oh, you do?
Go from Malaya to Lanai.
Yeah. We delivered the boat from Louisiana where she was built to the Bahamas. So we ran her across the Atlantic and then, across the Gulf of Mexico and then down below Florida and across the Atlantic to the Bahamas.
Wow.
Our original boat, we brought her here on her own bottom through the Panama Canal.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
1992.
Okay, so at this time, I entertain a motion to approve or disapprove application number 03, Malaya Sports Fishing Incorporated, DBA Pride of Maui, Ilua.
I'll move that we approve the initial license of Malaya Sports Fishing, Inc., Pride of Maui, Ilua. So who
Applying for the,
applying for
Category B.
category B?
liquor license.
Liquor license, right? Category B liquor license.
Any second?
Second.
Okay. A motion was made by Commissioner Woodford, seconded by Commissioner Matsumoto. Any discussion? At this time, I'll call for the vote. Gonna do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous, and the motion passes. Congratulations and good luck.
Mahalo.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to number 3, application number 06, Unicorn Tours of Hawaii Incorporated, DBA Winona. Vessel temporarily approved by DLNR for offshore mooring in the Hialeah area and commercial operations out of Malaya Harbor. Applying for a tour and cruise vessel general category B liquor license. Hello, please state your name for your record and your position.
Thank you, Commissioner and boards. My name is Yuresh Wassel. I'm the owner and president of the company.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before this commission today in connection with this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Leslie, please provide the status of this application.
Application number 6 is for a tour or cruise vessel General B license. The applicant, Unicorn Tours of Hawaii, Inc., a registered Hawaii corporation doing business as Winona, is applying for a tour or cruise vessel general license category B. The officer, director, agent, and stockholder of the corporation and his personal history statement are listed in the investigator's report. The applicant has submitted a U.S. Coast Guard certificate of documentation number 920856, issued on June 24th, 2024. The applicant has submitted a copy of a bill of sale by and between Mauna Lani Sea Adventures, the seller, to Unicorn Tours of Hawaii, Inc., dated July 6, 2023. The proposed premises is a 50-foot auxiliary powered commercial passenger sailing vessel approved by the DLNR for mooring at Lahaina Small Boat Harbor, LAHO/S number 14, Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii. DLNR Division of Boating and Ocean Recreation provided written notification that due to the August 8th, 2023 wildfires, the vessel is temporarily approved for offshore mooring in the Hialeah area and commercial operations out of Malaya Harbor. The vessel is authorized to carry 49 passengers, 1 master, 2 deckhands, 0 persons in addition to crew, and no others. The total number of persons allowed is 52. Beverages will be dispensed from the bar area on the main deck of the vessel. Separate men's and women's toilet facilities are located on the 2nd floor of the vessel. Passenger pickup and drop-off will be located at the north dock area of Malaya Harbor. There are 33 licenses of this class and kind currently issued within Maui County. Applicant initially plans to be open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. The department inspected the proposed premises on September 13th, 2024. The applicant appears to meet statutory requirements to hold a license. All documents necessary for the issuance of a liquor license have not been submitted and are listed in the investigator's report.
Thank you, Leslie. Does the applicant have anything to add?
Just something that Winona is one of the survivor vessel of Lahaina. We're supposed to be operating in Lahaina, but unfortunately, due to the fires, we decided to not close the company because I have 3 captains and over 8 crew, and we decided to move to Malaya Harbor and operate from there. This is really difficult for our captains and crew to operate due to the facilities not being, available for us a lot. We don't have a slip. We're mooring actually off of the Sugar Beach area, and it is very difficult with all those winds. However, we did survive the 2024 after the Lahaina fire. We moved to Malaya Harbor, and we're successfully operating over there. And hopefully by getting this liquor, we could add more tours to our activities and keep my employees and my captains on payroll.
Thank you. At this time, the floor is now open for public testimony for application number 06, Unicorn Tours of Hawaii, Incorporated, DBA Winona. Is there anyone interested in providing public testimony? Okay, hearing no one out there is wishing to testify with no objections, I will close public testimony on this application. Any questions from the commissioners?
I do.
Go ahead.
I was just curious. So during the wildfires, your vessel was in the slip in Lahaina Harbor?
No, not on the slip, on the mooring ball, just right outside.
Oh, that's why the vessel survived. So now that you're by Kealia,
Yes.
how are your clients? Are they tendered into the vessel from shore, or do they go to Malaya to board?
We have a small boat that the captain and crew typically goes in the morning to the Sugar Beach where it's moored, and then we bring the vessel to the north dock of Mahalaya Harbor, and which there's also the Pac Whale Foundations and also one of Pride Maui. We share the same dock. They're very generous people, of course, generous to let us operate from there with the permission of the DNLR. They allowed us to, any vessel that don't want to shut down or close, they could come to Mahalaya Harbor and operate from there. And that's we have been doing lately.
Thank you.
A couple questions. Thank you, Mr. Wassell, for coming before us, and thank you for keeping the company open and jobs here.
Thank you.
That's an important part of getting back our economy and the vitality. So one of the questions that I have, and I think we, discussed transfer licenses for, all sorts of different situations. Mostly it's been with restaurants. Have we had this, I guess, for the director? Have we had many vessels applying for, is there a transfer protocol for vessels, or is it, seeing if there's other situations like this, where we can look at the transfer protocol for vessels, right?
Not that I'm aware of. However, there is already within the rules, the process to relocate that is specific to the tour and cruise type vessels. So my understanding is the vessels that were able to survive the wildfires would be able to take advantage of that, which already exists.
So it already existed.
Yeah.
But it didn't exist for kind of structural buildings that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and maybe that with the climate the way it is, maybe that's something that needs to evaluate, because a business could be looked at as a boat as well, in the sense of.
Well, I think the difference is specifically where you can actually float your boat to your new location, but you cannot float your business to your building to your new location. But I do believe that by virtue of our relocation application, it kind of provides a very similar allowance for the brick and mortar.
Correct, to some degree, but that's based on the emergency proclamation, which at some point will go away, and then we'll have to deal with. But, I think businesses move for all sorts of reasons, and they're just saying that it looks like within this category, there already exists that flexibility. Mr. Wassell, one of the questions that I had was for you is, you mentioned the employees that you retained and, you have, is how has business been there in Maui? You would think, like, with Lahaina not being able to operate tours anymore, that area becomes quite busier. Have you been successful? Is it kind of touch and go? Like, how has business been?
Since January, we had a great season, actually, due to our whale season. And also, since the Lahaina Harbor is closed, everybody's coming to Mahalaya and also Kihei Boat Ramp, which is a very small boat ramp. So this is giving us not only an opportunity, yes, we have seen a good amount of customers coming back to Maui, especially it's going to come to this season of whale season back. Since Lahaina is closed, they have no other choice to go anywhere else. So Mahalaya is playing a very crucial role right now for us. Of course, we have our season of low season and high season. Unfortunately, we went through September, which was one of the slowest season. But right now, I'm seeing a lot of bookings coming in, and we're going to be very happy to have another very busy season as well.
Yeah, thank you. No further questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
Did you have a liquor license before?
No, so Winona is a very unique vessel. I purchased it in July.
Just before the fire?
Just before the fire. I purchased it July of 2023, and we brought the whole boat. It's from Big Island. We had the mooring. We started our training, captain's crew. Everybody's happy. From July to end of July, we had so many training, and we were we're trying to apply for everything new because it's a vessel came from Big Island to Maui. All the Coast Guard passed, training started, we're getting ready for activities, the website, all of those to launch in September. But right before that, August, fire happened. So then we put a pause, but to survive the vessel, bring it back to Mahalaya Harbor. And that took us for a long time to go through paperwork with DNLR, get approval. And then they were very helpful to making sure we don't lose our captains, we don't lose our employees, we don't lose primarily also customers as well that actually comes in. So they helped us. We did all the legal paperwork, bring it to the Sugar Beach area, build a new mooring, and then get it done. And it started our operation in January of this year. We have been operating, but of course operating without liquor license. So we do have a little bit of, hits and miss because we don't run full time all the time. And of course, people like to have liquor when they go for a sunset cruise or a snorkel cruise or whale watching cruise, something like that. And we are the only vessel that cannot have that capacity, even though our capacity is 49. But hopefully this can change the game for us and bring more customers to our boat, and I can hire more crew and captains to handle that.
It's a pretty boat.
Yes.
Nice boat.
Yes, it's a Hawaiian built back in the days in Honolulu, and the boat is named after. It has a very unique story. The boat is named after a very famous hula girl that was one of the dancers in back in the days in Honolulu, and they named the boat after her.
Cool. Get a picture of her on the boat?
We are just putting a picture of on her on the boat and also on one of our sail, hopefully soon.
Right,
Yes.
good. No further questions?
Anyone else have questions?
I just want to make some comments. I just feel like while I'm listening to the story, I feel that you went through a lot. You got with high emotions, get the boat, and then something happened. So, terrible things happened, and then you survived, and then you are here in front of us. I just want to congratulate you with all the efforts that you experienced.
Yes, thank you so much. We have great stories. Our captain and crew and myself as well have slept on the boat on those windy days to make sure it doesn't get out of the mooring ball, or if it does, somebody's there to just take care of it immediately. The cleaning process and all of that was very emotional, but we did it. We passed that, and we are looking for a great future, actually.
No question. When Lahaina, if Lahaina does start operations, there is talks of trying to see how, we look at some sort of solution with the harbor there. Estimates right now place it about 2 years from opening. Hopefully it can be sooner, but is that something that you would then consider is going back to where the journey originally started?
Yes, that's the answer. Lahaina is the home for this vessel, and our main permit and mooring is in Lahaina. And as soon as Lahaina opens up, we would love to go back to Lahaina. And most of my crew is driving all the way from there, coming back here. And this was the purpose that this vessel will stay in Lahaina and operate in Lahaina. And I would love to take it back when Lahaina reopens. And we're looking forward to that in the near future.
Thank you.
So I got a question. So you're moored outside of Malaya. Is there a slip open? Or you applied for a slip within Malaya Harbor?
I have asked the DNLR, there's no slip available, but I did put up application for that if a slip opens up. But my intention is not. If it is a temporary slip, I would love to have it because the channel is very harsh to get in and out. Especially I want to operate my sunset cruises and then just going there and coming back, my crew and captain, everybody's wet when they come back and they have to change again. So if there's a temporary slip will be available, I would like to take it. But the purpose of this vessel is to move back to Lahaina once that Lahaina opens up. So I don't want to take any space there, but if something temporary will available for us, we would love to take it.
I think it's a problem across the entire state that, DLNR or what's now it's
Dobar.
Under Dobar,
Bar, yes.
they don't update our harbors. So I don't know what kind of legislation that you guys can, fight for, but that it's a known fact that our harbors are under, what's that word?
Developed.
Yeah, underdeveloped for the
underdeveloped.
current
Number
area.
of boats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know if it's in the plan for Lahaina to get bigger. I think we should just push. It's election year, so you got less than 30 days to push for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I see whale season coming on pretty soon, so much luck from us, during that season for
Yes.
you guys.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Yes, the first whale was sighted yesterday, in fact.
Oh, yeah?
They didn't breach, but they saw it. Terralani, one of their boats, saw that and took a picture of it and shared it with the community, and we're so happy that the first whale arrived.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on. Okay, so at this time, I entertain a motion to approve or disapprove application number 06, Unicorn Tours of Hawaii Incorporated DBA Winona.
Make a motion, Chair, to approve application number 06, Unicorn Tours of Hawaii DBA Winona. Yep. And their liquor category B license.
I second.
Okay, a motion was made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Ho. Any discussion?
Tour Cruise Vessel General Category B tour license.
Correction was made. Okay, so I'm gonna do a roll call vote to approve or disapprove this application. Vice Chair Patel,
Aye.
Commissioner Ho,
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much, and big mahalo.
Thank you. Okay, so at this time, let's take a 10-minute break. It is 10:30 right now. Okay, we're back in regular session. It's 10:42. I'm gonna do roll call. Vice Chair Patel,
Present.
Commissioner Ho,
Present?
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Present.
Commissioner Woodford,
Present.
and the chair is here. So we're moving on to administrative affairs. Item A, Director's Monthly Report. Director Elaine Ann Silva shall report to the Commission on monthly report of the activities of the department pursuant to the Liquor Administrative Rules, subsection 08-102, 50B6. Director Silva?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commission. Monthly report, we'll begin with our vacancies. Our Enforcement Division held interviews and hired 3 new staff. One began on October 1st. The other 2 are scheduled to start on October 16th. With those new hired staff, Enforcement Division will have no vacancies. And our licensing and permits section still has the 1 vacancy. Performance evaluations are in process as a lot of employees either finish probation or annual evaluation due around the same time, so those are in progress. Grievances, there are none as far as I'm aware of at this time, and I'll pause there if there's any questions on a discussion regarding item number 1. If not, we'll move on. The percentage fee letters are currently being distributed to the licensees. Those are being hand-delivered out to as much as possible where we can. That is notifying the licensees of their percentage fee assessment for, it'll go towards fiscal year 2025 budget. Those are being distributed currently. The investigators workshop was held on October 2nd through the 4th at Courtyard by Marriott Maui Kahului Airport over there by Costco. A total of 33 attendees from Maui and throughout the state. Staff from other counties and department staff attended. It was held in cooperation with MPD, Maui Mediation, and SNE. Thank you for your willingness to participate in that. That whole thing ended up being kind of a mess, but thank you for your willingness to participate. And if there's any questions regarding that, I'd be happy to answer.
What did Maui Mediation have to do with it?
They just came in and did a presentation. The workshop, typically what it is all the 4 counties come together, the investigators, the staff, and they go through, it's kind of like their version of a conference where we have speakers come in and give presentations and things of that nature. But along with what they're learning through the seminars and the presentations, it's also a good opportunity for our staff to mingle and meet with the other counties. Yeah, and you form alliance, you form a network to where you can reach out and discuss how things are being done in other counties as compared to how we're doing them.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
I was on the board of Maui Mediation. I was a mediator for about 5 years with them.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I wondered how were they, but a good presentation is wonderful because mediation is very important.
Sure, absolutely. But yeah, they were one of the presenters.
Good.
Director,
Yes.
what is the percentage this year?
Yeah. I will have that answer for you in a second.
Thank you.
So we'll go on the monthly report. Last thing I'll mention is that the state conference starts this Sunday. It's October 13th to the 16th. The department will reimburse for parking. Make sure you collect all your receipts for your parking expenses, and we can provide that to Maria for reimbursement. So this year's figure, and this is, that's a number, but it's 0.0049. There's like another 6 numbers after that, but I don't think those
So
numbers.
can you explain to everyone how that number is derived and what it costs to,
Yes, absolutely. And actually, it's a good thing for you guys to understand, considering we do bring our budget before you, for your approval to go forward to the mayor and to council. It's good to understand how we derive our funding, and that's going to be happening real soon again. hopefully sometime within the next 3 months. What it is it's the formula is estimated expenditures. Wait, let me back up. We combine basic fees with our carryover savings from the previous fiscal year. We take into consideration our estimated expenditure, which is whatever we determine our next year's budget is going to be. So we calculate the basic fees and the carryover savings, and that's what determines the remainder that we need to fill in order to meet our estimated expenditures for the following year. That's where that percentage is calculated from. It's based on the gross liquor sales from the licensees during that fiscal year. So what it does is the percentage, everyone is assessed the same percentage based on their liquor sales. So what that does is it evens the playing field. If you sell very small amount of liquor, then your fee assessment will be commensurate with what you made, with what you sold. If you sell a substantial amount of liquor, same thing, the fee assessment. So everybody's paying their fair share to move on to meet our estimated expenditures for the following year.
Based on gross liquor sales.
Based on solely on gross liquor sales.
So, we derive our money for a budget, which is a very, very small percentage of what is sold in Maui County. So, that's what runs the department. And I just wanted to show you guys that, we don't collect a large fee from these licensees.
No, if you take into consideration 0.0049 is the percentage that is assessed. So, I'm not a math person, but I think that's something like quarter of a cent, something like that. So I do believe it's very reasonable.
And this is even after the amount of liquor sold in Maui County went way down after the fire.
Well, the estimated gross sales of all licenses, according to this determination, was $361,719,723.
Yeah, really, really, really small for what the department does.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say that, Anyway, go ahead.
So that is the calculation. And that's how we derive that percentage. People are a lot smarter at me than me at math. That's for sure. And with that being said, that's basically all I have as far as my monthly report, unless you guys have any questions.
Anyone have questions for the director?
So, I guess for me, it's like, as we're looking at the budget, is that percentage set by the department? Or the commission has an opportunity to comment on what that percentage could be?
That percentage is solely based on our estimated budget for next year, so that we can meet, our requirement is to meet our budgetary requirement basically to the penny. Which is why.
Okay, I'm sorry, just to back up, our requirement is.
Yes.
And is that requirement in written where?
I'd have to get back to you. I believe it's charter, but I'd have to get back to you on that.
That's what I wanted to know, if it was charter because one of the things is like, I do budgets as well, but I don't do them for next year. I do it for the next 3 years. Kind of with economic data to know, okay, we're going to be seeing this fluctuation, variances. Fires and, number of licensees that didn't renew. And I'm just kind of wondering, how we can look to budget, not just, because it's always stressful. You go just 1 year, the next year, it's like, you have a 3-year plan, it kind of, and then you can even, like, if you notice that you overcompensated, you could reduce it for the licensee later on too, right? Like, we could, so that's just where it's like,
But I believe because we fall under basically the same process as every county department, which goes through the annual budget process and goes through the mayor and goes through the council.
but our budget doesn't come from the
No, it
general
does not.
funds, yeah.
Does not.
But the county still approves it.
It does go through the mayor's process and it does go through the council's process. With the commission's approval prior to anyone else's.
Yeah.
But I think they do understand that our funding is not derived through the general fund. Our funding is not derived through tax dollars from the general public. Our budget and our assessments are derived solely through licensees.
Yeah, that's great. I paid my share.
Yeah, you've been there, yeah. I mean,
Is that it
it's a
for,
nice,
It's good, so low.
yeah.
is it for your report, Director?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to, B, item B. Review and approve the amended Liquor Control Commission reauthorization of the emergency rule related to the relocation liquor license application for premises that were destroyed by the August 2023 wildfires. Can you,
Yes. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commission. What you see in front of you, it's the reauthorization of the emergency rule related to relocation liquor license applications for premises that were destroyed as a result of the August 2023 wildfires. So ultimately what this is, and we've done this before, is every time the governor's proclamation expires and is renewed, this will be required to come before you, basically just to re-energize going into the new proclamation from the governor, to keep it active in the way it is. Unless you have had the opportunity to read through and would like to recommend or suggest any changes to it, the department does not have any recommended changes to what's being proposed. It's before you today for approval in order to reauthorize for it to still be valid and to be able to be used.
any questions from the commissioners?
Were there any changes to this that were?
There were not any, there were no, so the only change is the reference to the emergency proclamation that is tied to at this point, based on that the previous proclamation had expired. And I believe this is going to come before you guys regularly up until such a time that the emergency proclamation is no longer.
I've got the same comment I had a month ago, and that is the wording says premises were either destroyed or rendered inoperable as a result of the fires. I don't think it's general enough. I think that so many people were affected by these fires. So many restaurant and bar operators had to change the way of doing business because of the fire. Their premises might not have been rendered inoperable, but the amount of business they've done is slashed incredibly because of the amount of people on Maui and the people that moved away from the area and employees that aren't here anymore. There's so many more complications that I think this is too light. It's too general. You know, it's more exact than I want it to be, either destroyed or rendered inoperable. What if you lose all your employees because they can't live here anymore? That makes it inoperable, but it doesn't say that, and it's up to us to make these determinations. Everybody in the west side of Maui was affected by these fires. The whole island of Maui was affected by the fires. Employees can't go there anymore. Employees can't live there anymore. Operators don't have the business that they used to have. Therefore, I think it should be something like because of these fires, if there was any impact at all, and you can show an impact, that should be enough for us to grant a temporary relocation. Any impact at all to your business should be enough for us to look at and help us determine whether there should be a relocation.
Isn't that what we did with Star Noodle?
Yes.
Yes, that's because I brought the same thing up about Star Noodle.
So can we introduce language or?
Well, I mean, just to clarify, there is language within the rule that allows for, because there is a provision, say you don't meet specifically to the word of what is said, destroyed or deemed inoperable. There is also a provision that allows for an applicant to submit a request to come before the commission for consideration, which at that time, that would put it before you guys for review.
To make the
and
decision
possible approval.
of how they were affected.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was something, Rick, we did prior to your arrival was when we looked at the rules, we realized as a commission, it wasn't going to be one size fit all. And we had placed that provision within the rules.
There
So,
is a provision that will allow, that if somebody doesn't necessarily feel like or look like they fit into that, but yet they can show or present to you guys a reason why they should be considered.
But this,
that is-
this paragraph doesn't say anything about that. It doesn't offer that,
yeah, then that's why I was actually going to clarify is like, were there any changes? Because I don't see that within the, this
yeah,
new
we're saying
proclamation.
they can still come in front of us no matter what.
It just goes 1 through 5. So I'm not wondering if there's anything missing where we did,
I think you're right, yeah. There was number 6, right, is what we added.
so that, you know, that's where when I asked if there's anything different, because I noticed that right off the bat. So before we approve this, we'd have to know why that was removed or add that back in.
Yeah.
You know what, then I think what I would suggest at this time is if at all possible, we defer this to next month. We'll take a closer look and see why it is not on the document. This is what we received from Caleb with Corporation Counsel.
This only goes to, number 3, actually. Authority, the
So I
purpose,
think
the
you're
authority.
right, it was added in as number 6 on pages that,
Yeah,
second to the last
third
page.
May be granted where,
Long signature, that's not, yeah, it looks like it wasn't, it's not the correct version.
That's what I know, because I know it's there. I know we put it there. Okay.
if it's
maybe
there,
that
then
would-
that's enough for me. That's all I want to know, that someone could see that.
Right.
Say, even if, no matter how you were affected, come and talk to us about it.
No, that's a very good point, and that's exactly the reason why we inserted that language in there.
Good.
Okay, so let's make a motion to defer with, because of the changes.
I move, we defer this discussion until we see the official document that you're going to present.
Yeah.
I second.
Is that,
No, like,
go ahead. I guess we can have discussion.
Motion to defer. Yeah, I make
That
a
was your
motion to
motion.
defer.
okay,
In your second.
okay, discussion, any discussion?
So I just want to make sure, is that going to mean the previous version of this is in fact, I mean, is it going to delay anything? Do we have anything
No, we
that
don't.
not approving? Okay, just,
Yeah, so, and I believe it would also be considered, we could prorate.
okay.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, at this time, I'm gonna call for the vote, gonna do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye, and those opposed say nay. Vice Patel,
Aye.
Commissioner Ho,
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
The chair votes aye, the vote is unanimous, and the motion passes. Item B is deferred. Okay, moving on to unfinished business. At this time, I'll like to entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss with our corporation counsel file number 2023-01 and file number 2023-03.
And go into executive session to discuss file number 2023-01 and 2023-03.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion was made by Commissioner Matsumoto, seconded by Commissioner Woodford. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion say aye. Those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ho.
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto.
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous and the motion passes. Let's take a 5-minute recess and go into executive session. Oh, it's 11:03. We're back into regular session. It's 11:36. I'm going to do a roll call. Vice Chair Patel,
Present.
Commissioner Ho,
Present?
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Present.
Commissioner Woodford,
Here.
and the chair is here. So moving on to announcements. The next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November 13, 2024 at 9 a.m. Please make it. All commissioners, and if there's nothing else, we're going to adjourn this meeting. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn, Chair?
Second.
Okay, a motion is made by Vice Chair Patel, seconded by Commissioner Matsumoto. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Vice Chair Patel,
Aye.
Commissioner Ho,
Aye.
Commissioner Matsumoto,
Aye.
Commissioner Woodford,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. The vote is unanimous and the motion passes. And it's 11:37. Thank you, commissioners, for coming today. Director Silva, Deputy Director Canano, and Miss Selena Pannell. Have a good day. Thanks.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.